Hey guys, so I'm here outside of Lusaka, Zambia, going to a farm called the Shambololo farm. It's about an hour outside of Lusaka, and just kind of ran into this, somebody was talking about a place to hike, and they were taking their kids here to go hiking and fishing. And considering there's not much of that around in Zambia, I'm getting pretty desperate to get out. So I wanted to give this a shot, as it's the only place I've heard about so far, other than, you know, your typical African safari. But I need to walk and just kind of fish and enjoy myself. So here is kind of where I've come from. It's out in the, literally out in the middle of nowhere. Here, through this gate, is where I'm heading. It's my lovely little Land Cruiser here, 2000 version that I got while here to do some of my own safaris, which I have done, and I'll do more. But now I needed to get out hiking, and that's a tip. If you're going to be in Africa, not just Zambia, but anywhere in Africa, you need a proper four-wheel drive. And I would say just go with the Land Cruisers because they're the most popular, so you can get parts for them and you can sell them rather easily. So that's just a tip. Cheers.
That's how we put the feed there.
Okay.
Yeah, we just squeeze it on the spring. You start putting the hooks.
And you put the hooks in the dough itself, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like that.
And then just cast it out.
Just cast it out,
Mm-hmm.
and then you leave it. Wow.
And hope something very big eats it.
Yeah. Yeah, this one we just put it on the stand. You wait for the fish to bite. When you start pulling now, that's when you start reeling it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a Nile tilapia.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, Nile tilapia. Nice.
At this moment in time, this is probably the only Sodic gear pad in Africa. The whole continent, not just Zambia. The entire continent. I'll make that claim. Could very well be the only Palente pack as well. Palente. Eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich here before I go grill my fish that I caught. Out here seeing if I can find any zebras or impalas, or preferably anything that won't eat me. Not elephants. I don't want to see elephants either. Anything else that won't eat me, I'll be more than happy to see. I don't want to see snakes either. I got these really pissed off snakes called the black mamba. I was just like, you see one and you know that you're dead. It's like minutes when they bite you, and they're really aggressive. So they just see you and they're like, oh, I gotta kill that fucker. That's a black mamba. And I've got another one called the puffer snake or something. And he bites you and your skin starts to rot off. That's a nice one. Oh, can't forget to name the spitting cobra. It sees you and it spits in your eyes like a little bastard. Wow. That's what's out here. Kind of miss Sweden, where the most dangerous thing I might see is a seagull that'll shit on me. Anyway, sandwich is good. The polenta pack, quite funny. I keep using this, and every time I use it, I keep convincing myself, I like it, I like it. And then I realize it's just not for me. But it's a damn good looking pack. Probably the sexiest pack. And if there's any pack that says to the world, I'm ultra light, bitches, it's the Polenta pack. You know, you can, it's like a iPhone for hipsters. I mean, you have that on and everybody knows you mean business. And that's the Polenta. Unfortunately, it's a terrible fit, at least on me. So, but I'll talk more about that another day. Now I'm just going to eat my sandwich. It's always something a little exciting about going into new nature, and certainly something a little more when you're going into a completely different continent that you've never been before. So. One of the things about Lusaka being so high up, you know, we're about 1,200 meters above sea level here in Lusaka. Granted, this is outside of Lusaka in the mountainous region, so it's probably a little higher, but the weather, the temperature changes. Sometimes it can be really hot, sometimes it can be quite cold, and last night it was actually quite cold. Got down to about 6 degrees last night, which is really cold for Lusaka actually, or for Zambia. So it really pushed the quilt that I'm having, really pushed it to the limit, the lightweight sleeper quilt. It says that it has a comfort of around 4. I would say it's probably around 5 or 6, because it was starting to get a little cold, but there's probably more design than actual materials, because there's a little hole in the foot box and the quilt itself doesn't quite strap onto a pad. It's more like it goes under you instead, and because of that it's a little cold actually at times. But as long as I kept tucked into it, made sure there's no air creeping in, it was alright. I slept. And I was able to get some time lapses of the night sky before the moon came out. Like between 7 and 9 o'clock at night. It was pretty cool to be able to do Milky Way time lapses at 7 o'clock in the evening.